G'day, welcome back to the 40 channel. So we got Minty in the shed. We fired up the 2F motor for the last time. Righto, I just need the mighty 2F just to fire up one more time, just to get it out of this spot and into the shed. So we'll see how we go. It's struggling, that's for sure. Desperate times, engine starter fluid. So we'll see how we go. It was a struggle, it took a bit of firing up, we got it going, even pumping into the shed it stopped and started a few times, but we got it in here. Now, Jack's going to give us a hand with the Barra swap to make this thing happen a bit quicker, and in return we're going to get onto Jack's car when we're finished, and there's something pretty exciting about Jack's ute.
Yes.
But we're not going to tell you what it is, and I don't think any of you guys are really going to guess, because it's pretty cool. It's cool.
It's a big jump.
It is. It is a complete different direction. But anyhow, I have to go away for a whole week of work, and we really need to keep moving forward. So I'm going to employ Jack for the week while I'm away to give him a list of things to do. Are you ready, mate?
No.
Okay, take note. Here's what you need to do. You need to remove the seats, the vinyl, the bonnet, the front guards, the driving lights, drive line, the gear shift lever, remove all the wiring, make sure the wiring's labelled, take the radiator out, and then if you keep getting all that done, get the gearbox and the motor out, put it on the side, clean everything up in the engine bay.
In a week.
5 days.
Easy.
Easy. He's probably only got about 4 days. You ready for it?
No, still no.
Okay. No, seriously, Jack's going to do what he can, and he might even film little bits and pieces and snippets, and we'll put it all together. We'll come back, well, I'll come back, and hopefully we've got a little bit of progress. It doesn't matter how much, but it's all going to be very helpful. Righto. We'll pull this bonnet off, and the rest will be up to you.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Everything you possibly can, bar the motor and gearbox removal. So, all right, mate, I'm going to leave it in your hand.
Too easy.
Good on you, mate. Love you.
Love ya. Alrighty, first part of the FJ that I'm pulling apart is the bezel. Just a few bolts come. Sit this over here. Now the radiator is completely free moving. Pulled all the pipes out, the coolant's on the ground, but it's all good. We'll clean that up in a second. Should lift up. Hopefully, it's not be too stuck. No, it's actually really easy. Airbox got to go. Even though this engine is probably never going to run, I'm still going to put a glove on top of the carby just in case we want to use the carby, or someone wants to reuse any of these parts, just to avoid excess dirt in there. Just keep everything nice and clean. Pretty janky, but it works. Alrighty, so a lot of the little fiddly stuff is out, a lot of the wiring, the drivetrain's out. I just got to do with the clutch. The fuel's been drained from all the lines, so that should be fine. Yeah, it's all the little stuff that I couldn't really film too much is out. Then figure out how to get the gearbox mounts out, and I think I'm going to have to take the seats out for that to figure out, take off the whole tunnel. But yeah, other than that, a lot of the little stuff's pretty much done. It's just all the major stuff now. So everything from the inside of the cab that needed to be removed has been removed. The seats have been pulled out, the center console has been moved. So then we can remove the mat, which can then ultimately pull out the tunnel, so we can have more access when pulling it out. I've also just removed almost removed the extractor. The extractors come next, and then there shouldn't be too much to come off it.
There's no way to just grab another thing and put it there onto there?
Oh, I guess we could give it a go. Is it leaning?
What do you mean?
What's it leaning on?
At the actual front bit. That's all. That's good. Is that not a good angle?
Yeah, it's good. I think this is the sketchiest motor removal I've ever seen.
Good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I reckon now
No,
that we've dragged it out a little bit, how do you let this thing down?
But don't let it down.
No, just trust.
It's super janky.
It's almost out.
We'll get to the edge and then we'll lift it right up.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Ready?
That's not. Stop.
Lord. That's cool.
No.
Yeah, I'm still lifting.
No, stop it. Yes.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, I can't pull this back.
Yeah, ready? Sit.
Just go.
Stop it. This is so bad. Sit. Let's go. Oh.
Yay. Oh. Just saying my idea of going up and down.
You go.
No,
What?
because I don't want this to fall on you. Just help me pull it over.
Wow, this is okay. This is good. Just over here, Charlie.
Yeah.
Alright, that is probably the least efficient way you can pull an engine out. It started with a bit of trouble and then it just got worse and worse and worse, but as you can see, the engine is free. If you wanted this video to be a tutorial video, I was definitely not the right guy to do that. But, oh well, as long as we can get this out, so now we can start working on the gearbox for the Barra, the other 5-speed, and working on just the mounts, we should be sweet.
Righto, so as you saw, Jack and Charlie have done an incredible job of stripping out everything while I was away for the week. Not only was I surprised that he got this far while I was away for the week, he actually did it all in 10 hours. So the whole thing you see that he stripped down, he did in 10 hours. Jack called down Charlie and she helped to pull the motor out, and they got the motor and gearbox out. Mate, I am a very proud dad, I tell you that. The last thing we need to do is just give it a really good clean. So we sprayed it all down with some Chem Tools degreaser, gave it a good soak, blasted it with a pressure washer, cleaned it all up. And one of the last things we need to do is remove the engine mounts. Now, as you saw, these engine mounts are broken, so that explains quite a bit with the vibration going through the motor. It wasn't just a harmonic balancer, broken engine mounts. Right now, we're going to talk about the quickest way to remove a rivet out of a 40 series chassis. It's come up quite a bit, and there's a bit of a trick to it. You will never be able to punch that rivet out with a hammer and a pin punch. It just won't come out, I'm telling you now. Grind the head off it, it still won't come off. So what we do, we grind the head off the top of the rivet, we give it a really good hit with a pin punch, and all that does is just gives us the indication of where that rivet is, so you'll be able to see the outside of it. You get a pin punch, you try to find the center as best you can, give it a big whack with the pin punch, so now you've got an indent for drilling. Get an 8mm drill bit. Now you do not want to drill all the way through. The only thing you want to do is drill through the thickness of the engine mount or the size of the chassis until you get to that point, and then stop drilling. Soak the whole thing in an R1, a really good penetrant, let that soak in, then get a pin punch, put it down the hole, about a 7mm pin punch, not the same size as the drill. Give it a few good whacks and that rivet will pop out. And it's pretty much as simple as that. Yeah, it's a little bit of hard work, but you're not going to damage the engine mount, you're not going to damage the frame or whatsoever. So if you ever need to put it all back together, you can bolt it all back together, or if you're really clever, you can hot rivet it again. Righto, so Jack, you had an absolute cracker week. I think you did all of this in like 2 days.
Yes, 10 hours total.
10 hours, it's very impressive. So this morning all I did was just give it a really, really good wash. I removed the 2 engine mounts, so that's out. Mate, sensational job. You did an excellent work, mate. Very proud of you, well done.
Yes. Not the best way of doing it, but it was done.
You did it. You did it. So we're going to buy an engine leveling clip so we can put that on when we put the Barra Motor in and out to do our test fitting and stuff. That'll make life a heap easier. So as you probably saw as you're pulling it apart, there was a few issues. Broken engine mounts. I had a suspect that I knew that one of them were broken, but when I saw both were broken, so that's not a good thing. That's probably why we had so much extra vibration through the motor. Another thing that really concerned me, Jack, when I came in here and looked, that bearing was on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's out of the...
Where did that fall out of? Out of there.
Don't worry, you throw it out, it's fine.
We're going to reinstall that bearing. So, but no, that's it. So as you saw last time, we were doing engine prepping. This time we're doing vehicle prepping. So there's a few more things we want to do. We probably won't really do it on camera because it's pretty boring. But we're going to just sand all the inside of this, and we're going to like paint all the inside of this to give it a bit more sound deadening. But then we're going to move on to mounting and gearbox aligning and all that stuff. So that should be the next video. But we're going to have a very full week. So again, Jack's going to help me out while I'm not here and get some extra stuff done. But great work, Jack. It's good to see you got Charlie May down here to help out too.
Yeah, she's not too happy about that.
I bet she wasn't.
Still in her pajamas.
She was too. But anyway, so Minty is getting very close to being able to start test fitting. So we'll have to test fit the Barra in and out a few times, line things up, start playing around with the McKinnon's mounts, and then hopefully move forward from there. So good job, mate.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Good fun.
Cool. So until next time.
Thanks for watching.